Hi, I'm Kyle Pennypacker, and welcome back to Penny Prepper. Today's video, we're going to be discussing the reason that the show Doomsday Preppers and other conspiracy-type shows have not ruined, but definitely degraded the prepping community. Before we get started today, I'm going to ask that you like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and share the video if you have any like-minded friends. Alright, today's episode is going to be Why Doomsday Preppers, the TV series, hurt the prepping culture. During the Cold War until about 1990, it was common to be ready for when the bombs dropped. Nowadays, if you store cans of food, water, ammunition, and have a gas mask, you're a conspiracy theorist, the nut down the street, or even worse, an extremist. When Russia and Ukraine started their conflict, and Putin made his threats along with North Korea and China testing the missiles and bringing back their nuclear programs, I'm sure he heard a lot of people saying, if anything happens, I'm coming to your house. First things first, never let anyone know how well prepared you truly are, unless you want them to be part of your community or your preps. Next, if somebody does find out, just let them know that you're going to be long gone before they even make it there, because I'm ready to go as I speak. A majority of preppers and survivalists just want to be ready in the event of an emergency without needing to rely on outside rescue, because chances are help won't come quick enough, if at all. After watching FEMA's response to the New Orleans Hurricane Katrina disaster, would you like to bet your life on a quick response? I wouldn't. On the show Doomsday Preppers, I don't believe I saw a single episode that made the individuals of a particular episode look normal. Obviously, I understand that making people look a little wonky or crazy is great for views, but again, it doesn't really do great things for the prepping community as a whole. Honestly, the part that I really had an issue with is that the show made it seem as though just about any scenario that these preppers came up with was either unlikely to occur or had such a low chance of happening that it made them seem like they were throwing their lives away to prepare for such a rare emergency. Also, it made a lot of people who were overly prepared for certain things seem like they just were unrealistic in their preps. You know, they might have plenty of food and plenty of water, but they only had 22 rifles, and they live in the prairies, so their idea for getting more food was going to be, using that 22 rifle to get small game. But yet their biggest nitpick was talking about some outlandish reason or something so simple that it could be fixed easily. It is a little bit funny, though, when you really think about it. Everybody truly is a prepper, whether it's having a charger in your car in case you run out of battery, or your phone, or buying groceries for the upcoming week. You're still preparing for something, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem. As far as preparedness goes, you can either break it down into levels, tiers, or a spectrum of prepping. It all depends on where you're at and where you're willing to go with it. I believe that's to consider yourself a prepper. In the very least, you must have at least 3 days worth of food and supplies to get you through a general emergency. It all depends on what you're preparing for. Some people have a mentality that at the end, they would like to go out with it. Most of the other people, on the other hand, will survive an initial issue, and then they will have to survive and they won't have much of a choice. Everybody should prepare for something. Doesn't mean that you need to prepare for everything. I'm sure that there's people in Texas in 2021 that never thought that a winter storm would come through and knock down a majority of their grid. I believe that COVID is the greatest example of why everybody should prepare and at least have some supplies ready for an emergency. If you can at least get a 3-day pack together and work your way up to 2 weeks, then you'll be way ahead of the curve compared to most people. I think that the people who think that the government is going to sweep in and pluck them from their houses while there's a disaster going on and everything's going to go back to normal are the true crazy ones. All right, that's all I have for today's video. If there's anything you would like to see, please comment and let me know. Stay safe and stay prepared.